historically tight. That's our top story today on the Wall Report. I'm your host, Greta Wall. The Labor Department's Job Openings and Labor Turnover Survey, or JOLTS, shows both openings and quits hit a new record high in March. There were 11.55 million available jobs in that month, while 4.54 million people quit their jobs. And the gap between openings and unemployed workers also hit a fresh record at 5.6 million. Now, this worsening labor shortage has caused a surge in wages as employers attempt to attract and keep workers. Wages jumped 5.6% year over year in March, but that's still lagging far behind inflation, which hit 8.5% in the month. And that is something the Fed has its eyes on as the bank begins its two-day policy meeting. That meeting kicked off in Washington today, with the rate hike decision scheduled to be released at 2 p.m. on Wednesday. Now, the other economic data of the day today shows the U.S. manufacturing sector remaining strong. Commerce Department reporting factory orders jumped 2.2% in March, more than double economist expectations. That came as orders for durable goods, which are those meant to last 3 years or more, rose 1.1% in the month, while orders for non-durable goods jumped 3.2%. Now, taking a look at the energy market, oil prices are slipping today while natural gas prices are surging. West Texas Intermediate crude futures are down about 1.8% to around $103 per barrel, while Brent crude futures are falling 1.6% to about $106 per barrel. Demand concerns in China are still weighing on oil prices after they tumbled on Monday. But U.S. natural gas prices are sitting at the highest level in nearly 14 years today. Natural gas is up more than 8.4% to over $8 per million British thermal units. Now, that's the highest price since September of 2008. This rally comes as the European Union is set to unveil a sixth round of sanctions against Russia. And those sanctions are expected to include actions against Russia's energy sector. And natural gas production is also down in the U.S., and the amount of gas the U.S. has in storage is 21% lower compared to a year ago. And all of those factors are causing this surge in natural gas prices after they jumped 30% in April alone. Now, in the earnings news of the day today, oil giant BP's shares are rallying more than 7% despite the company taking a huge hit by leaving Russia in the quarter. BP did report a Q1 loss of $20.4 billion, but that was due to more than $25 billion in charges related to ditching its 19.75% stake in Russian oil company Rosneft. On an adjusted basis, so excluding those charges, BP did report Q1 earnings of $1.92 per share, and that was well ahead of analyst expectations. BP also announced it will execute $2.5 billion in share buybacks. Now, Pfizer shares are rebounding today, up about 3% after beating Q1 expectations but slashing its full-year earnings outlook. The pharmaceutical giant reported adjusted earnings of $1.62 per share on $25.66 billion in revenue. That topped analyst expectations on the top and bottom line. That included more than $13 billion in COVID vaccine sales, while Pfizer also sold $1.5 billion worth of its oral COVID treatment Paxlovid after it was authorized in December. The company reaffirmed its guidance for $32 billion in COVID vaccine sales and $22 billion in Paxlovid sales this year. But Pfizer did cut its full-year earnings guidance to between $6.25 and $6.45 per share, down from its previous guidance for $6.35 to $6.55 per share. And some more key earnings are still ahead. Advanced Micro Devices, Airbnb, Starbucks, and Lyft are all scheduled to report after the market closes today. And then CVS and Moderna will be leading Wednesday morning's reports. A Wednesday morning also includes the first piece of April jobs data, with payroll firm ADP reporting private job growth at 8:15 a.m. Eastern. And that report is expected to show the U.S. private sector added 390,000 workers last month. Be sure you're subscribed to my Coffee with Greta newsletter to get a breakdown of the latest earnings reports as well as the latest economic data in your inbox ahead of the market open. There's a link in the description box to sign up if you haven't yet. And I'll see you back here for the Wall Report Wednesday at noon. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a like before you go.